Welcome, friends. It's Dawn with For Grace Creations, and today I have a few ideas. Well, first of all, I wanted to announce our October hashtag How Do You Do Art, and it is contrast. The bonus is going to be make a small, tiny journal, a mini. But the basic is contrasting colors, contrasting papers, contrasting fabrics, soft, rough, smooth, squishy, black, white, on a color wheel. If you have a color wheel, you chose a color down here on the wheel, you're going to want to choose the color at the top. So anything directly across from whatever color you choose is a contrasting color. And I thought we could maybe do our first project for How Do You Do Art today. And I will say, it's going to use a few of our Just the Bits that we have collected off of our desk, which is our other October challenge. And this is an open collaboration with Patty at the Bumbling Crafter and I. So if you want to join in, let me know in the comments. If you have a YouTube channel and you use this hashtag in your description box, in the title of your video, and then down in your description box, tag me at For Grace Creations, because then it will alert me. I can come watch your video. I can support you by thumbs up and commenting, but more fun, I get to see what you make, and then I can share your video and others can see what you make. So join us. Now, if you don't have a YouTube channel, that is okay. Go ahead and let me know in the comments that you're going to join Just the Bits. And then what you do is you create something and you can post a photo of it on my community tab here. Where we put posts. Yep, I've opened it up so y'all can be sharing with me pictures of what you make. Now, maybe you want to join in also on How Do You Do Art as an open collaboration. Okay, the same thing goes. So let's move these over to the side. And I was thinking we could use contrasting papers today. What are we going to make? Well, I actually have a prototype for you. I have a few. So if you notice this, there is not a lot of contrasting color, is there? It's very muted. But it's something I made, and I thought, well, we could do this with our contrasting colors. And then I have another one. Again, no contrasting colors here. That one I tried. This is a contrasting color from this. Yes. So that one is kind of an example. And then this one again is muted. There's no contrast here, but it is just the same thing as this, but put onto a piece of paper. This is just printer paper that you'd put into a signature. And I did make a little tag to go inside. So that is what we're going to make today. Pockets out of bookpage, contrasting colors for How Do You Do Art. So are you ready? Grab some Just the Bits or scraps that you've got and some contrasting papers. Any colors will work. And let's get to it. It is fairly simple. So the first thing you do want to make sure you're going to pay attention to is your height and your width, because you want to make sure this fits on a journal page. So this one here, let me get my ruler and see how wide it is. This one is 4.5 inches wide, and it is, including the lace, it's 5.5, it's just shy of 5.5 inches tall. But to be real and honest, you don't need to measure. Just make sure you grab a piece of paper that would be about the size it would be in a journal you'd make and go from there. So I'm going to set this aside just for a minute. We're going to use it. Oh, you're going to need a hole punch, whether it be gigantic 2.5 inch or maybe a 1.5 inch. Any size is going to work on this, guys. Any size. You'll just change this up accordingly. Okay, so I've got this gigantic piece of paper here. And what I thought I'd do is just kind of think, how tall do I want this? It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to turn it to its side. And this is about how tall I want it. And so I'm going to just rip it there and set this aside. Well, we could do another one. Since this is big enough, let's go about here. That'll be a little taller. And then this one, let's cut the top off. And it'll be a little shorter. There we go. I don't know if they're even or not straight lines. I have no clue. Don't know. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3 in 3 different heights. But let's work it one at a time. So with this, I'm going to fold it over and see how wide is this. Will this fit on a standard? No. So what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to rip off some on the side. It doesn't matter how much. Again, I just want to make sure it would fit on a piece of paper in a signature of a journal. So that works. And I'm just setting my bits aside because, yeah, we're going to need to use them. All right, we can set this aside now because now we've got this. So open this up, grab your hole punch, and we're just going to kind of center it and then take that out, set it aside. We can use that. And there we go. We have a hole. Yeah, we do. Now, you don't have to do this part, but if you want to, grab some Distress Oxide. This one happens to be ground espresso. And just kind of go around the center of that hole there. And then close it up and go around all 4 edges. There we go. Keep in mind, you don't need to do the back because the back is not going to be seen. That's where we glue the 3 edges and stick it down to our page. All right, so now in this hole, we're going to grab our contrasting piece of paper. And I'm thinking, I mean, I could go right here. Or I could go here. Now we have options. Yeah. And then I want to set it in here and see what it's going to look like. Yep. That's pretty good. So now, this is where you're going to adjust the bits. Scrap paper. Let's see. Where, I thought I had some scrap paper sitting here. I do. It was painty paper. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some glue stick, get it all over my circle. And then, whoa, my glue stick wants to run away from me. And then I'm just going to press it down on this paper. And I'm cutting out a square. And it doesn't have to be perfect because nobody's going to see that it's not perfect. Okay? Because this is going to get glued here. Like that. How are we going to do that? Okay. Grab some glue. Doesn't matter what kind. And we're going to go around the edge of the circle. Okay. And I'm going to kind of go up here at the top as well. And then maybe on this, I'll just give some of the edges some glue. Nothing perfect. Ooh, always put the lid on your glue so the glue doesn't dry out. And what glue am I using? This is just art glitter glue. I just put it in a smaller bottle. And then, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this and we're going to line up the circles as best as possible. And I'm going to grab a napkin to get extra glue that might ooze out. Press it down. Okay, and now we've got that extra piece sticking out the top. That's all right. Just come in, trim it off. I'm going to throw that away. And then I need a glue book. I've got one here. It's just so I don't get glue all over my desk. I'm going to come back with my stick glue, and I'm going to choose one side, and I'm going to give it a good amount of glue. And then I'm going to, oh, I can move that. Then I'm going to fold this over. Give it a good press. And there we go. So the purpose for gluing those two pages together is because when we put this circle on the back side, if we hadn't glued this there, when you go to take a tag in and out, it might rip that square piece of paper off. And we don't want that because it'll ruin it. So now we have the base of our pocket and we have contrasting colors. Now maybe we want to go even more contrasting. So maybe we grab some of our Just the Bits laces and trims. Let's see. What do I want to do? How about, let's do some white down here at the bottom. Like that. Ooh, do I have any, wait just a minute. Do I have any Just the Bits fabric in brown? I do. No, I don't want that. Do I have any other? Yes, I do. Okay, so let's use that. And I'm just gonna go like that. And then, oh my glue book page. I need that back. I'm gonna go ahead and get glue. I'm gonna just use stick glue, but I'm gonna get a good amount stuck to that fabric. And I'm gonna glue it down to the bottom of the page. And, oh, it's sticking to me. It's sticking. All right, let's do this one as well. Is black and brown true contrasting colors? I don't know. I know black and white is. I don't know. I don't care. To me, it looks like it. You know? In this kind of a thing, you do you, right? Okay, now I am going to grab my Fabri-Tac by Beacon, and maybe we'll do a little bit of lace there. And all I'm going to do is put a line of that on there. And then, there we go. And then I think, do I have a black button? Just the Bits in here. Oh, did I see one? Or was that brown? Oh, that's black. If it'll get off my finger. I don't have a bigger one. No, I don't have a bigger one. That's okay. All right. So now, let's put a plop of glue here and our button. There we go. It's as simple as that. Yeah. There we go. Now, let's say you don't have any cool images. I mean, I think that's cool. On Bookpage. Okay. Let's just pretend you don't. Where did this go? Here it is. Okay. Here is another one of our pages. We're going to fold it in half. And I'm going to go ahead and just rip off some of that edge. Okay. And then let's pretend that we don't have anything with cool images and it's the same color, same size. Well, first, we need to make our hole. There we go. May as well just use this. It matches. That way I can show you how to do this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my glue book down as I throw all kinds of fabric scraps everywhere. Goodness. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my gathered twigs. You could use any brown. And I'm just going to rub all over it. There we go. And then we could add even more fun. Do I have a water bottle? I do. This is just water. We could just get a few drops of water. Let me zoom in a little. Get a couple drops there. Let it sit for a minute. And then wipe it off. And we have a little bit of fun on there. Right? Okay. And then we needed a scrap. Let's say you don't have a square. Okay, and all you've got is, maybe you've got a bunch of these extra book page circles. That'll work. Grab 4 of them. Let's see what we can do. And what we'll do is we'll take one and we'll glue the top and the side. We'll put one on the side, one on the top, and we'll put a little glue here. There we go. Now, can I lift it off this glue book page? Yes, but let me turn the page. It's getting sticky, icky. Okay, there we go. And why are we doing this? It just makes this a little more sturdy and helps us get it stuck to our page. So now, now we need to get glue on the back of our circle and put it on in the center of our square that's not a square. There we go. Okay. Because remember, when this goes here, we can trim the excess, but you do want to make sure that it's not so big that it's going to be in the way of the fold. And if it is, just trim a little off. Don't worry too much about it. But the next thing, that's beautiful contrasting. Now, my thought is, what if we used maybe a die cut or this is out of just a book. I fussy cutted the image. I mean, you could always use, what do I have over here? I've got more book images. There's Tim Holtz paper things. Just use whatever you have. And I think I want to use this bird. He's brown. And we could put him right there. Stay. What do you think? Does he need something behind him? That's the question. Let's go into our bits. I had bits sitting right here. I have an idea. Oh my, as I just threw a bunch of stuff on the floor. Whatever. I've got some bits here from Connie, one of my YouTube followers. And we were able to get together. We figured out we live near each other. And so we were able to get together and hang out and just make some fun stuff. Talk, Okay, let's see. Let me put this stuff back in the baggie. Oh, how about that? That would work. We could put these away. I'm trying to keep everything she gave me in one spot so I remember whose stuff I'm using. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue on this bird here, I think, like this. like that. How about like that? We're going to just rip some of that off. And then I think I need to give it just a little bit of brown there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Hello? There he is. Get some glue on this bird here. And then maybe put him on there sideways. There we go. And get some glue on this. And then if this is in that hole like that, then it wants to go like this. Okay, and now we can get glue around here. And I'm just going to give it a little extra. There we go. And then we want to match up the circles as best as possible. Let's move that out of the way. Press it down good. See, I have contrasting browns. In my opinion, I have contrasting browns. Some of you may disagree. Let me know in the comments what you think. And what are your two favorite contrasting colors? I actually don't know for myself the answer to that question. I don't know if I have favorites. I'm going to go ahead and just use this glue since it's sitting right here. Just to glue this page together. There we go. I'm going to put the lid on my glue. And then, do we want to ink the edges? Sure? Okay. There we go. And do we want to put lace on here? Do we want to leave it as it is? I don't. Oh, I do have an idea. We could do a cluster with just the bits. There's a brown. Oh, and we could do some of that. And maybe we do a little bit of this. No, what if we use that? We could go like that. Yep. And we could put a little word sentiment right there. And I'm going to glue from the top down. I think if this glue comes out, oh my. Okay. So that's going to go there. And then get glue all over this. I didn't quite get it centered, but that's okay. Not a problem. Where is my necking? Press down real good here. Okay, now our word. Should we do it in black since the letters on the book page are black? I think I've got, yeah, I have this Tim Holtz, what is this? Small talk, menus, propos. Anyway, that's what it is. Let's see. Go where your heart takes you. It's got to be something not too long. Great things take time. Be you bravely. That's what I'll use. Now, I do always reinforce these, even though they're sticky, with extra glue. Always. And I'm going to offset it just a little bit. Grab this, squish it down. There we go. Voila! We have our book page pocket with bits. And it's contrasting colors. So I'm hoping that you're going to join me in this. That would be fantastic. I really enjoy seeing what you guys make and how you do it. Your process videos, if you have them. It's just fun. And then, you know, who knows? Maybe you might want to do a swap. This, if you keep it flat enough, these can go in the mail. They're, as long as you don't put buttons or anything too thick. You just throw this in an envelope like this one. Yeah, this is an envelope, my last one. I've got a few bits in here. If you want to claim this, let me know. You'll have to email me with your real name, YouTube name, and email address. I'll throw a stamp on it, and I'll get it sent out to you ASAP. But look, you just choose an envelope that this would fit in, and we could send these as happy mail. Just do a little writing on the back that says, you know, glue these 3 sides down, and it's a handmade pocket, happy mail. Have a great, blessed day. You see what I'm saying? How fun would that be? And I'm actually thinking that since this one kind of has a botanical look to it, why don't we go ahead and take this one and put it here? That way you can see how I do this. So I'm just going to take my glue, and it doesn't matter what glue you use. And I'm going to glue 1, 2, 3 sides. And when I am going to glue 3 sides, I always try and hold on to the side that's not supposed to get any glue. And then we will just place it right there. Now, we could have just glued 2 sides and it would be a side tuck. There we go. The nice thing about art glitter glue is that it doesn't take long to grab a hold. But that's also why you want to always make sure that you put your lid on your glue as soon as possible. So there we are, guys. I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. And I will see you most likely tomorrow. Tomorrow for some just the bits. But we do need to work on the bonus, a mini journal. And I think I have an idea for that. Woohoo! So I'm not sure which one will be first, or if maybe it'll be both together again. But thank you for being here. Can I ask you a huge favor? Will you please click the thumbs up and leave me a comment? I don't care what the comment is. It can be a heart. It can be a... Do they make a emoji where they're sticking their tongue out? You know, the happy face guy with his tongue sticking out at you. I don't care what... It helps. I need all the help. I need all the help I can get. Ha! Anyway, there we are. Now, wait a minute. This was made to go with this, but would this be good in contrasting colors? Is green and brown good No, I don't think so. We're going to leave it like that. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.